Hello. Hi, Akshay.
Oh, hi, hi. Sorry, I think थोडा हे झालं. इंटरनेटचं काही चेंज झालेलं. We are live
Yeah,
on YouTube. Let me
yeah.
see if we're live on LinkedIn. Hold LinkedIn, I think there seems to be some lag. No. LinkedIn still says starting soon. That's quite strange. I don't know why LinkedIn is not here.
LinkedIn is not allowing to go live.
No, it is, but reflect का नाही करत ते माहिती नाही मला. Let's see. It's not here. Local time 7:30 p.m. तर आहे. So I don't know why this is showing pre-live. This is typically an issue with LinkedIn, and
LinkedIn, yeah.
if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. I think we'll go live with the YouTube.
We'll go live and we'll put it later on LinkedIn.
Yeah, yeah, we can do that.
We will give a link of
Yeah,
that.
cool. Sounds good. So I think we'll
Yeah, let's start.
begin
Yeah,
from. Let's go live via YouTube. All right. We'll begin. It's almost 7:33 p.m. The ones want who wish to join can join anyways or can watch the recording later. क्योंकि तू तो जानता है मेरा एक ही फंडा है कोई आए या ना आए हमको तो आगे जाना है भाई.
yeah. The show must go on.
Yes, show must go on. That's absolutely what it means. And I completely believe in whatever that we are offering. Just the other day, I saw a video of a businessman from China. He was showing his initial days when he had just started off. Um, Around 10 years ago. So when he started off, he would go from door to door, helping people, letting people know what he does, letting people know how he can help them. He would also distribute pamphlets on the road, and people would just not look at him. Cut to 10 to 12 years later, he organizes a conference, and there are thousands of people waiting to listen to what he has to offer. He was more of a tech guy. So
Yeah,
videos such as these stories of people who believe in their purpose and who keep telling people that the steps they need to take to bring about a change from within. People will listen when they have to. But as service providers, we need to be there, whether or not there are people willing to listen to what we have to offer, right?
True. Very true.
And if you remember, I think सबसे पहले I think मेरे ख्याल से 2 हफ्ते पहले मैंने बताया था कि यही कुछ जब 60s 70s में जब फार्मास्यूटिकल का शुरू हुआ था, even then people took a lot of time to focus on what was good for them. Even with yoga, if you want to
Yeah.
talk about, जब योगा लॉन्च किया गया था तो मेरे ख्याल से 10 लोग ही थे शायद जो इंटरेस्टेड थे. अब तो असंख्य लोग हैं जिन्हें योगा करना है. But it's the same thing, and we are moving into a phase where we are telling people that they need to focus on aligning their spiritual, physical, emotional, and mental self together. And with that, let me introduce to all those watching us now or those who may watch the recording later. The whole purpose of this live talk is to let people know what they can expect under our boot camp that's scheduled for the last Saturday of June. I believe that's June 28th. I'm pretty bad with dates. So, yeah, it is
Yeah.
June 28th. Um, and through this live talk, I want to tell people what the bootcamp is going to focus on, what they can expect, and the change they can expect to go through once they've enrolled for the program, once they've completed the program. So today, through this live talk, we're going to be talking about the nuts and bolts of this program. It's an informal talk where we have kind of curated questions for you to help you understand what this program is all about.
Yes.
Uh, how did we go about it? Why do we even need a program like this when there are multiple programs available for you to just sign up? So why this? तो धीरे धीरे हम बात करेंगे और आपको आइडिया देंगे कि इस प्रोग्राम में आप क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं. इन टर्म्स ऑफ
Exactly.
इंट्रोडक्शन, मेरा और माइरेस का इंट्रोडक्शन की जरूरत तो है नहीं आपको. तो अगर इंट्रोडक्शन चाहिए तो यू कैन ऑब्वियसली गो एंड विजिट आवर लिंक्डइन पेजेस. आपको हमारे बारे में पता चल जाएगा. So with that, Mairesh, over to you.
Yeah.
I'll need your help as always.
Yes.
This is my partner in crime whenever I launch new programs. He's as passionate as I am, and I think we got to know each other since 2021, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. 21. Yeah.
So since then,
During COVID days.
yes, during the COVID days. And Mairesh was the first one to sign up for my first program under Samaksh Holistic Wellness in 2021. We didn't know each other, and he's always been there. His trust in me has given me the strength and ability to always be there for people. So thank you, Mairesh.
Thank you, Akshay. Thanks a lot.
Yes,
Once again, I welcome everyone who is watching live or maybe the recording they will watch later. So, as Akshay rightly said, for any new thing, when it is beginning, there are very few people with us, but as the journey goes ahead,
yeah,
people automatically follow us. So,
absolutely.
without wasting much time, and we take that this that is going to be effective for everyone. It is going to be a very nice talk just to have a gist about what the actual Leaders Voice program is going to be. So, Akshay,
Absolutely.
without wasting any of the time, uh, the moment you announce this program on social media or many platforms, there is a buzz around this new program, the Leader's Voice, also the title. So, what was the spark or the moment which led you to design or create this type of program? What was the need for you
Right.
to design this program?
Thanks, Mairesh. Yes, there is indeed a buzz. There are few people who've reached out, people reached out saying that this program is the need of the day. But you know what? This reminds me of the dialogue from Welcome. नाना पाटेकर का जो dialogue था ना, सुबह से ना बिका है एक कांदा, ना बिका है एक बटाटा. You know, तो buzz है, but वो सिर्फ
Yeah,
buzz है, right? There are no bees around. Just kidding, just kidding, right? faith तो है,
yeah,
मैं खड़ा रहने वाला हूँ। अगर जून में कोई नहीं आता तो जुलाई में आएगा, जुलाई में भी नहीं आएगा तो भाई मेरे दिसंबर तक तो कोई ना कोई आ ही जाएगा।
yeah.
इतना विश्वास है, बिकॉज आई बिलीव इन द ऑफरिंग। नाउ टू आंसर द सेकंड पार्ट ऑफ योर क्वेश्चन कि व्हाट लेड टू दिस program, what led me
To
to create
design
this
this
program, yeah,
program,
to
yeah.
design this program. So public speaking and Akshay Masurekar, we have a deep connection right from my childhood, right from my school days से लेके अब तक। So as a child, I still remember in my senior KG, my teachers had probably forced me to go up on the stage. Back then, I had long hair. Believe me, I was forced to wear the Catholic bride gown, and I was forced to go up on the stage looking like a Catholic bride. Now, when I went up on the stage, I saw so many people there. Yeah, people smiling, some people laughing. I started crying, and then I went down. To my surprise, I won the third prize. You know why? Because the judges thought I was acting. So that was my first introduction to public speaking. Even though कुछ बोला नहीं मैंने, but silently जो भी ड्रामा था वो उसमें से जीत गया. So I've always been this anxious person, right? And लोगों से मैंने सुना है कि अगर तुमको public speaking नहीं आती ना, तो बॉस तुम जिंदगी में कुछ नहीं कर सकते. और वो डर मैंने अपने दिमाग में रखा. कॉलेज में गया फिर भी डरा. आगे जैसे हम जाएंगे मैं बताऊंगा, मेरी काफी स्टोरीज है. Even in my corporate life, I would shy away from every opportunity that pushed me towards public speaking, towards presentation, right? But as life, as life will always push you to face your fears. And my life was no different.
True.
So my life pushed me in a role where I had to speak. So I tried, I failed, I rebuilt, and I kept learning. And today, as you know, my work enables me to work with people, helping them decode the emotions, to facilitate their inner growth, and allowing them to align with their purpose,
Right,
right?
right,
और जैसे मैंने बोला ना कि पब्लिक स्पीकिंग पे बहुत फोकस है, पब्लिक स्पीकिंग, पब्लिक स्पीकिंग, पब्लिक स्पीकिंग. Why is it the only thing that matters? Yeah, and that's what I want to tell people. I wanted people to understand that it is not public speaking, but it is understanding and connecting to your fears. You need to go beneath your fear. There are multiple layers beneath your fear. And
right.
that is what I want people to understand, that you can leverage your strength, you can leverage your capabilities only when you connect to those fears and let those fears go. Because everything, as you know, I keep saying everything lies within you,
Within you, right.
right? And I
You
believe
always
that
say that.
people need to own their voice. They need to own the stage of their life, and that is how the Leader's Voice Bootcamp was born. कि यार डर से कनेक्ट, डर को भगाना नहीं है, डर को अपना करके लेना
Right. Very well said, Akshay. But I have seen you since 2021, as you rightly said before starting
है.
the
Correct.
program, conducting many sessions, speaking very confidently. So before we dive in to exactly this program, what it is about, what was your journey as a speaker? Uh, were you always this confident on stage or on any other forum which you faced in your life?
राइट. नहीं नहीं यार, कॉन्फिडेंस तो कॉन्फिडेंस का सी भी नहीं था मेरे पास, राइट. तो टू कट अ लॉन्ग स्टोरी शॉर्ट, लेट मी शेयर अ स्टोरी. अगर आपने शायद पढ़ा भी होगा, बट आई वुड लव टू नरेट दैट स्टोरी. So in 1997, when I was learning Japanese, I had participated in a Japanese speech contest for the second year. And this year I was very nervous. Why? Because the stakes were higher, the speakers were very confident. Was I ready? Uh, I don't think so. I was ready. I would practice, but with every practice, I would practice how I need to be scared in front of people. So my focus was mainly on giving power to my fear. So on the day of the speech contest, me with my friend would specifically come down from Pune to be with me. So as we reached the venue, I was shocked to see that initially there were going to be only 30 people, but it turned out to be a huge event. There were about 55, 60 people.
Oh.
The speakers were very confident. तो वो देख के तो मेरी हवा टाइट हो गई और मैं ऐसे ही ये कोट वोट पहन के गया था, हीरो बन के गया था.
Mhm.
I walked up to my Japanese teacher and I said, Sensei, I'm not ready. I'm backing out. She was shocked, and so was the other sensei. Though
Mhm.
teachers say one Japanese native, one Indian born and brought up in Japan.
Mhm.
Both of them were shocked and they said, "What's wrong with you? You practiced well. Why do you want to run away?" I said, I don't think I'm ready for it. And my friend also convinced me, it's okay, yeah. It's not the end of the world, just go for it. Uh, and for a minute or so, I thought, I said, चल ना जाके देखते हैं यार कौन ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या लोग हंसेंगे ना. So I said कि ठीक है मैडम नंबर बताइए मेरा क्या है. And I was shocked to know that I was second on the list. तो
Mhm.
बॉस वो सुन के तो मेरी हवा और भी टाइट हो गई. मैंने बाकी स्पीकर्स को भी देखा, उनको नहीं जानता था मैं, and they were very confident. I felt they were very confident as compared to me. So what happened was I backed out, and my Japanese teacher said, "Fine, it's your decision, but let me tell you one thing, Akshay. Life तुमको एक दिन ऐसे मोड पे लाके खड़ा करेगी जहां पे तुम अपने डर को महसूस भी करोगे और फेस भी करोगे." These were the exact words said to me
Yeah.
in Hindi by a native Japanese. He would teach us Japanese and Hindi. His Hindi was excellent.
Mhm.
तो मैंने बोला ठीक है छोड़ना यार कौन होगा. But as I said earlier, life did push me into a role that required me to be in front of people for 6 hours at a stretch. लोगों के
Correct.
सामने खड़ा रह के बात करना. So that was my first experience where I got scared. There were many such instances, even when my organization, when I would present in front of the leadership group, I was a part of the leadership group. I would be nervous. I was sharing my own numbers, and the numbers were really great. यार ऐसा कुछ गड़बड़ नहीं था. But my voice was soft. I was scared. I was sweating in an air-conditioned room. My colleagues were laughing at me. And then during one of the meetings, the CEO lost it and he said, "What the hell is wrong with you? Is this how you present in front of the leadership group? Ridiculous you are. Give it to me." So he took the presentation from me and he presented it to the group. That was very embarrassing. After that, he called me to his cabin and Sunadi obviously. तो उसके बाद तो मेरा डर और बढ़ गया कि बॉस अब तो आई एम एक्सपोज्ड, अभी क्या होगा. सो एवरी मीटिंग अगेन आई वुड गो थ्रू द सेम थिंग्स until I reached a stage where I realized कि boss, I need to move into a zone where I'm presenting. So when I started presenting, when I started becoming comfortable in presenting myself to the people, was I really comfortable? No. Had I tackled my fear, controlled my fear? नहीं. उसके बाजू में भी नहीं था. मैं डर को साथ में लेके जाता था, बहुत डरता था. स्टार्ट में आई वुड
Mhm.
फ्रीज, माय वॉइस वुड बी वेरी सॉफ्ट, एंड देन आई वुड बी फाइन कि चलो नाउ आई एम ओके. So typically what would happen is, and then I realized that it was obviously a result of my fear of authority. uh,
Mhm.
and I realized that. So in my last on my during my last week at the at my previous organization, I was asked to facilitate a 2-day program, a total of 16 hours for the HR leadership group. And उस group में my boss, who was the chief HR officer, she also decided to attend the program. I was
Attend.
very nervous. I said, "अरे boss आ रही है यार." So when I started off, I froze. I froze for 2 minutes. But I took a deep breath and I said, "Boss, this is my program. This is what I have to do." And then there was no looking back. 2 दिन were मक्खन. इनफैक्ट प्रोग्राम खत्म होने के बाद लोग आके बोले कि यार प्रोग्राम 2 दिन क्यों रखा, 4 दिन रखना चाहिए था.
Oh, great, great.
तो वो होता है, दैट इज व्हाट हैपेंस व्हेन यू टेक चार्ज ऑफ दैट फियर. जैसे मैंने कहा राइट, इवन व्हेन आई वाज हेडिंग फॉर डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट, वो डर तो था ही. नाउ how did I arrive at creating this program? As you know that one of the main things is I help leaders decode their emotional DNA
Yes.
using the Jiva Pulse framework that we share, right? So That is how about 2 years ago, the of course my mentors had helped me, but even with their help, I still needed something and I needed my own help. So when I decoded the emotions, the fear with the help of a Pulse framework, I realized I connected to the layers beneath my fear. After connecting to that, I used a framework which I'll be sharing. It's called as the Leap framework. अब वो क्या है वो तो प्रोग्राम में आने के बाद ही बताऊंगा, अभी नहीं
Yeah. Yeah.
बताऊंगा. उसके जरिए I connected to the fears, and that helped me create action steps clubbed with the knowledge that my mentors had given me, how to tell a story, how to narrate a story, how to connect to the emotion, ड्रामा कैसे ऐड करें, ये सब करके दोनों क्लब करके मैंने उसी को पैकेज बना के ये प्रोग्राम में डाला है. So when people
Oh,
come to this program, people will realize that this program is mainly focusing on helping them understand what their fear is all about. So वो है. I hope
okay.
that answered your question.
Yeah, yeah, very much, very much. I will come back to this freezing and what happens when one actually faces the public.
Correct.
But before that, I want to ask you one more question.
Right. Right.
Nowadays, public speaking workshops are everywhere.
Right.
So, how this the leader's voice program is different from all the other programs?
Correct.
How what is the difference between these boot camps
Right.
compared to all any other?
Right. Absolutely. So one thing, of course, I always keep telling this. You know that. Uh, Even I think in the past when I would go for these corporate meetings where people would ask me, "How different are you from your competitors?" I would tell them one thing that in our field there is no competition. We are all collaborators. We are all facilitators. So to answer your question, I have immense respect for the work that other experts in this space are doing. And definitely it's not my place to compare or critique their program. So I'll mainly focus on
Yes,
कि मेरा program क्या offer करेगा, right? So one thing I can say that most experts believe that the only way to overcome your fear of public speaking is practice, practice, and practice. Fair enough. They may be right. ये मैंने भी ट्राई करके देखा है, जहाँ पे मैंने बहुत
yeah,
प्रैक्टिस किया, मैंने जाके दिया स्पीच, जबरदस्त हुआ है, बट वॉज आई हैप्पी? नो. इट्स ओनली व्हेन आई रियलाइज दैट प्रैक्टिस के पहले आप प्रैक्टिस करो अपने डर को काबू पाने के लिए. हैव यू
mm,
एवर सीन अ हॉर्स? एक घोड़े को
mm,
कभी कंट्रोल करते हुए देखा आपने?
mm,
ऑलवेज रिमेंबर वन थिंग,
yeah,
हॉर्सेस जो होते हैं ना, हॉर्सेस स्पेशली हॉर्सेस, हॉर्सेस का दिल जीतना बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता है. वो इतना अड़ियल होता है कि आपको लगेगा कि बॉस मैं इतना अच्छा हॉर्स राइडर हूँ, ये तो मेरे को बिठा ही लेगा. नहीं बिठाएगा. आप कितने भी अच्छे एक्सपर्ट हो, जब तक कि वो दिल का दिल से कनेक्शन नहीं होएगा ना, यू नीड टू डू समथिंग टू मेक दैट हॉर्स हैप्पी. यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड द हॉर्स. तो ये जो अपना डर रहता है ना, वो डर काला घोड़े के जैसे ही होता है. लाइक अ ब्लैक हॉर्स. हॉर्स तो कोई भी हो, कोई भी कलर हो, हॉर्स तो अड़ियल ही
yeah.
होता है, बट ब्लैक हॉर्स
No,
मैंने
I've
देखा है कि वो
seen that
थोड़ा.
horse, the trainer controlling horse, and it is
Absolutely,
very difficult.
absolutely. It is very
It
difficult.
does not get
And बॉस
controlled that
एक बार
easily.
आपकी वो ट्यूनिंग जम गई ना घोड़े के साथ, वो लाइफ टाइम का कनेक्शन बन गया. लाइफ टाइम का कनेक्शन
Oh,
इतना बन जाएगा कि अगर आप उस पर नहीं बैठ रहे हो और आप आजू बाजू में हो, वो आपको आके धक्का मारेगा, वो आपको आके काटने की कोशिश करेगा कि बॉस क्या कर रहे हो. तो
mm-hmm.
fear of public speaking or fear of anything for that matter, but fear of public speaking is like taming the horse.
Mm,
So through the leader's voice program, I'm going to be primarily will get you to focus on connecting to your fears. कि बॉस वो क्या है. मैं वो ऑर्डर को रिवर्स कर रहा हूँ. एक्सपर्ट बोल रहे प्रैक्टिस करो, पहले सीखो आर्ट ऑफ पब्लिक स्पीकिंग एंड देन प्रैक्टिस करो. मैं बोल रहा हूँ पहले प्रैक्टिस करो अपने डर को टेम करने की, फिर सीखो
right.
बात करने के तरीका, और फिर जाके लोगों के साथ बात करो. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want participants to first decode and release their fears. I want them to embrace their true self, their truth, and most importantly, their own voice. Yeah. Because
Mm-hmm.
only when you move into mastering the art of controlling your fear will you be able to understand, connect, and master the art of public speaking. तो उसी से हम करेंगे. Because I always believe it is your fear, it is your voice, and it's your life. Your life is a stage. So connect your fears, release your fears, own your voice, and elevate your presence. बस इतना ही बोलना है और कुछ नहीं, बिकॉज यही प्रोग्राम के जरिए आपको अपने डर के साथ जुड़ के रहना है.
Oh, so
And one thing I've observed, there are people who keep saying, अरे मेरे को पब्लिक स्पीकिंग सीखना है, आप ये प्रोग्राम कब लॉन्च कर रहे हो? बोल रहा हूँ अभी कर रहा हूँ. अरे हमको लॉन्च करना है. बट जैसे ही प्रोग्राम लॉन्च होता है, the same people back out. It's not about the commercial. It's about if and but. लोग हमेशा वो if and but में ही रहते हैं कि यार मेरे को ये चांस मिल जाए तो मैं ले लूंगा. चांस तो दिया, बट वो आपका डर जो है ना, उस डर को ही आपको तोड़ना है. यू गिवन कंप्लीट पावर टू योर फियर्स, और ये प्रोग्राम आपको अपने जो फियर को पावर दिए वो पावर आप अपने पास रखोगे. फियर से दोस्ती करोगे और बात करने का तरीका सीखोगे, और सब कुछ एक साथ बना के आप एक पावरफुल मॉड्यूल बन के जाओगे. खुद एक मॉड्यूल बन के जाओगे. मॉडल नहीं, मॉड्यूल. पब्लिक स्पीकिंग
yeah,
का मॉड्यूल.
yeah, great, Akshay. Thanks for clarifying that. Because खुद पे काम करोगे, if you work on your own self,
Absolutely,
then only
absolutely.
because public speaking is very superficial. It is outside
Correct.
thing which when people face public. But
Correct.
as you rightly said, if you work on your own self, on your own emotions, on your own fear,
Correct.
and if you are going to help people to tackle that fear, then definitely this program is going to be different than any other normal public speaking workshop.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Absolutely.
Coming back to the freezing part, which you said before this question, can you give me three reasons, three or as you wish many, for people to freeze or hesitate, or sometimes people go blank when they face public?
Correct.
So, what are the three reasons behind this, and how your program or this leadership voice is going to help them to tackle this issue?
Correct. Correct. Absolutely. तो ये freezing तो बहुत common problem है. And if you've been following, of course you follow, but if the ones who are watching, if you've been following my stories, one of the stories that I had mentioned was in 2023. One of the community members or club members had invited me to be a part of their club's meeting, where they felicitate new upcoming entrepreneurs. तो उन्होंने बोला कि आपको इंट्रोड्यूस कीजिए और अपना स्टोरी बताइए. तो I said, हाँ, ऑफ कोर्स. नर्वस था थोड़ा. But I went up there and I started introducing myself and my journey from an employee to an entrepreneur.
Hmm.
As I introduced myself and as I shared the first uh, sentence of my speech, it was just 2 or 3 minutes speech. I froze for a minute or so. अरे अभी इतने लोग आए तो मैं क्या करूं यार. But I said कि बॉस इन्होंने मुझे बुलाया है. They've come for me, so I need to just. So I flipped it. I said, ऐसा नहीं होता आपके साथ, हम बहुत से लोगों के साथ होता है, राइट. इवन एक्सपीरियंस स्पीकर्स, व्हेन दे स्टार्टेड देयर जर्नी एज अ स्पीकर, उनका भी तो यही हाल हुआ होगा. मुझे सिर्फ आपको यही दिखाना है कि ये नॉर्मल है, ये नेचुरल है. सो आई फ्लिप्ड इट, राइट. बट व्हेन आई रिफ्लेक्टेड, देयर वर मल्टीपल रीजंस व्हाई इट मे हैव हैपेंड, एंड आई वुड वांट टू शेयर एट लीस्ट 4 core रीजंस व्हाई पीपल freeze or people run away. So the first is, I would say, generational fears. जनरेशन फियर मतलब फैमिली में ही वो डर रहता है, अरे बात करने नहीं आती, हम तो गधे हैं. So these are all from generational fears that you carry and you keep passing it on. There are certain generational fears which people may have absorbed in the mother's womb as well, right? तो वो एक generational fear है, उसके लिए आपको deep काम करना पड़ेगा. The second and the most important is public shaming. So embarrassment in school हो, college हो, or even your early work life, people may have probably shamed you. The third is constant criticism for the way we talk, the way we walk, the way we maybe present ourselves. And the fourth, which is a combination of all of these, is your deep rooted beliefs. I am not good enough. I must speak perfectly. Oh, nobody just wants to listen to me. So why should I even talk? कोई नहीं आने वाला, कोई नहीं सुनने वाला, तो क्यों बोलूं? So through the leader's voice program, I'm going to get people to first unearth their fears, as I said, using the LEAP framework. Then I'm going to get them to create steps to help them release their fears. And through my inner compass model, I'm going to get them to nurture their narratives, weaken their inner critic, and get them to rephrase देयर स्टोरी जो अंदर बैठा है कि हम एक अच्छे स्पीकर नहीं है, क्यों नहीं हो? आपका वो फ़ियर क्या है? आपका वो इंसिडेंट क्या है? वो देखो, उसको पकड़ो और एक्शन स्टेप लिख लो कि आपको वो चेंज करना है। हाँ, ये करने के बाद ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि यार सेकंड सेशन के बाद, थर्ड या फोर्थ सेशन के बाद या प्रैक्टिस सेशन के बाद आप चैंपियन बन जाओगे। फिर उसके बाद आप प्रैक्टिस में करोगे, राइट? सो दैट इज़ हाउ यू विल स्लोली डेवलप। इट्स बेसिकली पहले आप देखोगे कि आपके अंदर क्या दड़ा हुआ है। उसको निकालने की आप एक पूरा स्ट्रैटेजी बनाओगे। स्ट्रैटेजी को बनाने के साथ वो निकलने के बाद आपको खुद को कैसे प्रेज़ेंट करना है, वो आप सीखोगे। उसका प्लान बनाओगे और फिर बस उसी का प्रैक्टिस करते रहोगे। So behind the stage, you're going to focus on managing, tackling your fear just the way you tame the horses. And on the stage, you're going to practice your art of public speaking. तो ये दोनों ऐसे मर्ज करके लोगों की हेल्प की जाएगी. So I think it's this is how I intend helping people to overcome their uh, habit or trait of freezing. So ऐसा है.
Very nice, very nice. Also, I want to ask one more thing, Akshay. Many believe that great speakers are born that way. It's a natural talent or it's a born talent which the speakers have. Do you also believe in the same theory? And can it be cultivated, this public speaking, can it be cultivated at any age of our life? What do you think?
See, I believe that we are all born with the gift of gab. सबको वो पावर दी जाती है. We just need the right environment, confidence, and support to unlock it. Right? Now, as a parent coach, I'm sure you would agree with me that when we tease a child or question the child's every decision, it breaks their confidence.
Yeah,
है ना?
it breaks the
वो तो
yeah,
होता
true,
है.
very true. Yeah,
So our ability or inability to speak confidently can be traced back to the quality of conversations we've had since childhood, and this needs to be addressed.
mm,
उसको एड्रेस करने के बाद, रिलीज करने के बाद ही आप अपने वॉइस को क्लेम कर पाओ, बिकॉज इट हैज वो डीप कनेक्शन. जैसे मैंने बोला कि वो जो फियर के नीचे लेयर्स है वो वही है, राइट? सो पीपल कैन मास्टर द आर्ट ऑफ पब्लिक स्पीकिंग एट एनी एज, irrespective, जैसे मैंने बोला, irrespective of their age. All they need to do is, or all they need to have is the will to make a difference and an intent to inspire people, intent to make an impact on the people around them. बस वही करना है और कुछ नहीं. तो आपको सिर्फ वो देखना है कि बस चाइल्डहुड में आपका एनवायरनमेंट कैसा था, आपके साथ ऐसा कुछ, जैसे मैंने पहले शेयर किया था, यू नो, वर देयर एनी इंस्टेंसेस ऑफ पब्लिक शेमिंग और कांस्टेंट क्रिटिसिज्म, व्हाट आर सम ऑफ द डीप रूटेड बिलीव्स. ये ही देखना जरूरी होता है. बट पावर तो आपके पास है, वो बटन आपने ऑफ करके रखा है. ये अनर्थ करने के बाद आप खुद ही उस बटन को ऑन कर दो.
yeah.
दैट्स ऑल इज नीडेड.
So mainly what I'm realizing is it is all about working on your own fears and
करेक्ट.
your own habits, emotions to get out of
एब्सोल्युटली,
this.
एब्सोल्युटली.
So what can I say? This fear,
या.
one fear of speaking.
करेक्ट.
So Akshay, till date you have worked or coached many working professionals. So you have many experience with many other people with different levels of management in many in corporate also. So what are, according to you, are top three traits that make any speaker a good public speaker or good effective speaker? And
Right.
can you name a few leaders who embody the actual tactics of this public speaking?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, based on my experience and based on my discussions with my mentors, I believe there are three things that are important, right? So, तीन तुमने पूछे, बट मेरे ख्याल से तीन से ज्यादा होंगे, बट हम
Yeah,
सिर्फ तीन पे फोकस करेंगे, right? So, the first and the most important, which I'm sure you would agree, is high self belief. So, believing in yourself and believing in your ability to speak will go a long way in developing yourself as a speaker. आपका वो ability enhance कर ही देगा. The second point is losing yourself in the service of others. Now, this is a point I borrowed from my mentor from Toastmasters, DTM Lancy D'Souza. So he always tells us that You need to lose yourself in the service of others, right? Because when you're doing this, you are not feeling scared. You're not feeling that people are judging you. It's like basically, just to give you an example, जैसे मैं uh, उस क्लब में गया था जहाँ पे मुझे बात करना था. आई फ्रोज फॉर अ मोमेंट, राइट? कि अरे लोग मुझे जज कर रहे हैं. एक्चुअली लोग जज नहीं कर रहे, आप अपने आप को जज कर रहे हो, एंड यू आर ट्रांसपोजिंग दोज थॉट्स ऑन टू द अदर पीपल. तो आपको दिख रहा है कि वो आपको जज कर. बट व्हेन यू कनेक्ट टू द पॉइंट दैट यू नीड टू लूज योरसेल्फ इन द सर्विस ऑफ अदर्स, ये लोग आपको सुनने में आए, दे आर हियर टू लिसन टू यू. एंड व्हेन यू ट्रांसफर दैट कि बॉस दे आर हियर टू, लोगों को जरूरत क्या होती है? पीपल आर ऑलवेज concerned about feeling belonged, और people want कि अरे हमें हमें कोई सुने. तो भाई वो आपको सुनने ही आए हैं. When you
mm,
lose yourself in the service of others, you're actually forgetting that you are judging yourself. तो जब आप वो भूल जाते हो, जब आपकी नजर दूसरों पर पड़ती है, तो
mm,
you are in a way connecting to that energy. Fearful
ah,
energy से कनेक्ट हो जाओगे
yeah, so
तो
you
आप
become
डर से
fearful.
कनेक्ट हो जाओगे. बट अगर उनके पास से कनेक्ट हो गए, आप अपने अंदर देख ही नहीं रहे हो, आप उधर देख रहे हो, एंड पीपल आर लुकिंग एट यू. तो वो है. एंड द थर्ड इज, आई वुड से, इज योर इंटेंट एंड इम्पैक्ट. सो यू नीड टू आइडेंटिफाई योर इंटेंट बिहाइंड स्पीकिंग. आपको क्या बात करना है, and what is the impact that you want to create. Now, in that talk, in the community service, my intent was to tell people about who I was, to tell them कि मेरी journey क्या थी, from say my ex company to the company that I founded, and to inspire budding entrepreneurs who are maybe thinking of taking a sabbatical, or maybe thinking of starting their own business, or even switching jobs. लोगों को डर रहता है कि जॉब चेंज करने के बाद दूसरी कंपनी में जॉब मिले ना मिले. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
about, so my intent was to let them know that if you want to move out of your comfort zone, if you want to move up the ladder, you need to jump, you need to take that leap of faith. वो मेरा
Mm,
इंटेंट था, और मुझे वो इम्पैक्ट क्रिएट करना. तो अगर फ्रीज हो गया तो बेसिकली मैं अपने आप को अपने इंटेंट और इम्पैक्ट से ही दूर रखता. So when you focus on believing in yourself, when you decide to lose yourself in the service of others, and when you have your intent and impact clear, वो आप डर छोड़ ही दोगे.
mm,
Even just to give you an example, on my 40th birthday, I had invited about 80 people. Uh, and 80 people है तो obviously पहले शुरू में एक डेढ़ घंटा activities था, and towards the end of the activities I had to speak. And now speaking in front of 80 people, I was like, अरे डर गया. And then मैं खुद को ही बोल रहा हूँ, मैंने ही तो इन्वाइट किया है, तो मैं क्यों डर रहा हूँ.
mm,
But then I realized कि मैं ड्रामा बहुत पसंद करता हूँ, मुझे ड्रामा
mm,
पसंद है. तो ये ड्रामा को मैं कैसे कर सकता हूँ? तो इंस्टेड ऑफ लोगों के सामने बात करने से, व्हाट आई डिड वाज, मैं वो बैंक्वे के एंड में चला गया, और मैं माइक लेके चलते आते आते बात कर रहा था, सो दैट आई कुड लुक एट पीपल, कनेक्ट टू देम, टॉक टू देम, उनके बाजू में खड़े रह के बात करना, और फिर आगे आके बात करना. बाय द टाइम आई रीच्ड द स्टेज, आई वाज कॉन्फिडेंट. एंड उस टाइम पे मैंने क्या कनेक्ट किया था कि आई बिलीव्ड इन माय एबिलिटी टू स्पीक, एंड आई डिसाइडेड मुझे ड्रामा पसंद है, तो आई बिलीव इन माय एबिलिटी टू क्रिएट दैट ड्रामेटिक एटमॉस्फेयर. दूसरा, losing yourself in the service of others. They're here for your birthday, to celebrate your 40th birthday and to congratulate you. So, कुछ देना है तुमको. And the third is intent and impact. इसमें intent क्या था कि बॉस मुझे भी बताना था कि 40 साल की उम्र में आप लोग सब लोग थे. You've been a great part of my life. Thank you very much. Now I'm beginning my phase two of my life. तो ये जब मैंने बोला, I think this changed my perspective, and this was possible only because of the first mentor that I had, Dr. Ruta Vyas. She's one of the best speakers I've ever come across. So, to answer just the second part of your question, the three people that I would recommend is obviously Dr. Ruta Vyas. Uh, so, she taught me, first, she encouraged me that I need to let go of that fear. She's like, "Hey, boss, if you want to overcome your fear of public speaking, you need to practice your speech through your heart for 21 times." एक बार आपने वो किया, वो आपके दिमाग में ही नहीं, आपके दिल में बैठ गया. तो वो
oh,
करना था मैं. The second mentor, or the second great orator, I would say, is my mentor from Toastmasters. Uh, his ability is humor. Humor comes to him naturally. वो आपको पहचानते भी नहीं है, लेकिन आपके सामने खड़े रह के वो आपको हंसाएंगे. वो कनेक्ट ऐसे हो जाएंगे कि वो आपको पता ही नहीं चलेगा कि अरे आप इनको पहली बार मिल रहे हो कि क्या है. बिकॉज व्हेन ही गेट्स ऑन द स्टेज, राइट, वो पूरा स्टेज को बोलते हैं ना, आग लगा देना. वो आग लगा
Hmm.
देना पूरी तरह से. एंड ही विल एंश्योर दैट यू लिसन टू हिज स्पीच. इवन डॉक्टर रूता व्यास जब वो बात करती है, शी विल एंश्योर दैट यू लिसन टू हर, बिकॉज शी विल ऑलवेज कीप यू ऑन योर टोज. आप सुन रहे हो, देन सडनली शी विल बी लाइक, महेश, what do you think this, what are your views about this? And the same, even Lancy would do that.
Hmm.
And the third speaker is my father, Advocate Vasudev Masrekar. I consider him as one of
Yeah.
the, most prolific speakers. He's a voracious reader. His ability to, connect to relevant stories for the, uh, relevant event. वो जो stories का जो उनके पास भंडार है ना,
Hmm.
that allows him to connect to the audience and allows the audience to connect to him. क्योंकि जो शुरुआत स्टार्ट उनकी परफेक्ट रहती है. वो
Hmm.
हमेशा बोलते हैं कि आप जब स्टार्ट करो, इतना अच्छा स्टार्ट करो कि बीच में आप भले ही कुछ ना बोलो, लोग
Yeah.
आपको सुनेंगे, और एंड में फिर से ऐसा धमाकेदार एंड करना कि लोग आपको बार बार बुलाएं. एंड देयर हैव बीन
Great.
पीपल हु हैव बीन, people still invite him for
Hmm.
events to speak, right? So these are three speakers who overcome their fear of public speaking. ऐसा नहीं है कि इनको fear नहीं था, right? In
Hmm.
fact, Lancy, during one of his speeches or one of his conversations with me, had mentioned that his first uh, introduction to public speaking was probably 20-25 years ago, when he was actually introduced to the world of public speaking. Before that, he had never been on the stage. So when they asked him to go up on the stage, he started off. He was pretty confident, but then something happened. The mic fell,
Hmm.
and then that embarrassed him, and he froze.
Hmm.
And उसके बाद then जो organizer थी, she said, would you want to give your speech again? And then he said that you need to take the second chance. Life will always present you with a second chance, and you need to grab that opportunity. He grabbed that opportunity, and उस time से वो stage को आग लगाना चालू कर दिया. Right? So
Great.
that is what it is. So जैसे मैंने कहा, बस focus on your belief, high self belief. Remember to lose yourself in the service of others. And last but not the least, identify your intent and impact.
Great. Great. Now, after hearing all this, let's go to the heart of our program, that is the
Hmm.
leader's voice.
Yes,
I would like you to take us to the journey, what the participants can experience through this bootcamp,
correct,
and also if you can throw some light on what is the investment we need to do by the people and how can they sign up. Also, are there any limited spots for this bootcamp? So let us talk about these bootcamp.
correct, correct. Absolutely, यार इतना सब कुछ बात करा, जिसके लिए बात
Yeah.
करना है वो ही बोलेंगे. So yeah, so the leaders voice bootcamp. The format is they're going to be 4 intensive sessions of 4 hours each. So ये आपके
Okay.
हो गए 16 घंटे.
Yeah.
Plus you will have 4 practice lab sessions once these intensive sessions end. So the first 4 intensive sessions will be in person. The 4 practice lab sessions will be online, and these will be of 1.5 hours each. That makes it around 6 hours. So total of 22 hours of learning आप करोगे. And the structure will be key. Session 1 and 2 will focus mainly on understanding and decoding your fear, helping you relate to that fear and release the fear. And sessions 3 and 4 will be centered around learning the art of public speaking. तो यहाँ पे हम वो दोनों मर्ज करेंगे, जैसे मैंने बोला था, अपने अपने डर को टेम करने का प्लान बनाया है. नाउ यू आर प्रैक्टिसिंग हाउ टू स्पीक, and you will put it into practice in the fourth session, as well as during the 4 practice lab sessions. So you're going to get hands-on opportunities to apply uh, through these learnings. And as we discussed yesterday, Mahesh, another opportunity that will be presented to these people is that they will people will have you know uh, uh, an access to the Masters Club community. So when
Yeah.
they get access
Yeah.
to the Masters Club community, they will be given an opportunity to speak during the monthly meetings. Say maybe speak for 1 or 2 minutes. Believe me, 2 मिनट हो या 5 मिनट हो या 7 मिनट हो, बहुत बहुत है बात करने के लिए.
Yeah.
So they will
That
be
matters
given
a
the
lot.
opportunity to speak, which an opportunity that we will be creating. Apart from that, we'll probably create impromptu meetings where we'll invite people from outside and again give them an opportunity to speak. That may be an in-person session or an on-site session. This will be over and above those 4 practice lab sessions. This is included in the overall package. Uh, so what they can expect to gain through this bootcamp is, one is obviously decoding their fears, understand what is holding them back, rewire that mindset using that leap framework. Then I'm going to get them to master the 5 C's of communication, which is clarity, content, confidence, courage, and conveying with impact. Now, इसके लिए they will have 3 frameworks, which is EVE, SPI framework, and a framework called as TAPE. That's tape. अब वो क्या है वो bootcamp में ही बताएंगे.
Yeah.
Then
Right.
obviously changing the personal narrative. जैसे मैंने पहले कहा था कि अगर नरेटिव है यार मेरे को कौन सुनने वाला नहीं है, मुझे ये नहीं होगा वो नहीं होगा, we'll discuss ideas during the boot camp. They will come up with plans to change their narrative, and with the help of these framework and their ability to tame their fears, they will develop a strong stage presence. Because जैसे मैंने कहा था, I'll get them to own their fears, own their voice, and own their stage. So that is what they can expect.
Yeah. And the investment part and how they can sign up.
Ah,
That's
yes,
what.
correct. So investment, I would say, the first cohort जैसे मैंने बोला था, it's starting from Saturday, June 27 बोला था
Eight.
कि 28 बोला
Eight.
था?
Eight. Eight.
हाँ, 28, yes. From Saturday 28, from 11 to 2 p.m. I will be sharing the registration link uh, in the YouTube. ये मैं share करता हूँ अभी. So people can click on the registration link. Now discounted price until June 8th is 18,000 per person. And investment after June 8th is 20,000 per person. Now this includes 22 hours of learning, which is the 4 on-site sessions, plus 4 practice lab sessions, plus multiple opportunities, hands-on opportunities to speak through our meetings. Um, and they will have throughout the year access to the Masters Club community. So all of this is included in this package, right? And yes, I would probably let or allow only 8 to 10 participants. If there are more requests, then maybe I can accommodate up to 12 if needed. But 8 to 10 is what I would recommend, because that then allows them to meet each other, talk to each other, and learn from each other. ज़्यादा होंगे तो वो प्रॉब्लम भी हो जाता है. ज़्यादा हो जाएंगे तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. We can break them into 2 batches. That's not an issue. Yeah, but per
Okay.
batch they
Great.
can expect about 8 to 10 people.
Yeah. Great. Great, Akshay. And one last question now. What is that one message you still would like to give to your future participants who are still unsure about
Right,
joining?
right. तो जैसे मैंने पहले स्टार्टिंग में कहा था कि यार people, you want to overcome your fear of public speaking, but when the opportunity is presented, you back out. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to decode your fears, embrace your voice, and own the stage. Now, I understand, signing up for a program like this takes courage and clarity. और उसी के लिए तो मैं हूं ना यार. So I'll keep showing up, I'll keep sharing, I'll keep inviting you for the program until I know that people have started connecting to the power of this program and registering for it. Yeah, because I believe in the power this program has. I believe the transformation this bootcamp can bring.
Yeah.
And once the first batch begins, I won't be the only one speaking about it. My participants will become the program's biggest advocates. I can vouch for that. So, ladies
Great.
and gentlemen, किस चीज का इंतजार कर रहे हो? Sign up, show up, and start leading with presence.
Great.
That's it.
Thank you, Akshay. Thanks a
Thank
lot
you.
for that
Thank you.
wonderful talk and explaining how everything is going to be, not only in the sessions but outside sessions also. And I request everyone, if you are still in that confusion, get rid of that confusion and enroll for this program because it is going to be really helpful for you in long run.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
And I've
are there
just
any questions on? Huh,
no, there are no. I think I've just
you have shared
shared
the.
I've shared the registration link, so people can get the link in the comments comment box. You can
Yeah,
click on the link, and I do hope to not just see you in the bootcamp, but also look forward to helping you overcome your fear, tame that black horse, befriend that horse, and embrace your true self as a great, confident, courageous speaker. Thank you, Mairesh, for your
yeah. Thank
time.
you, Akshay. Thanks a lot. Thank
Thank
you.
you, thank you. All right.